All right. Here we are again, box lunch with my guy John Pound for Pound Glory. Thanks again, brother, for joining me, man. It's been a while. We were talking about it, off camera. We gotta, we're locking back in now. A lot of boxing stuff's been happening, man. A lot of boxing stuff's been happening. How have you been over there, brother?
All good, bro. Thanks for having me once again. Always
Yeah.
appreciate it.
No, no, always, man. It's you're a real boxing fan, man, and being in the media thing together, it's good to kind of sometimes it's cool to just be home and watch the fights
Right.
because when you're out there, you're working, who's around, all that stuff. So when you're just kind of sitting down, just relaxing as a fan, you kind of get that love back for it a little bit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But lots of boxing stuff happened. Let's get into it, man. First thing, what's next for Tyson Fury? Tyson Fury, my opinion, looked great. Looked great, against a guy, who's a little limited, right? Like, has lost to some of the topper tier dudes. Tyson Fury looked good. I didn't think he lost a step. I don't know. To me, he looked just sharp as usual, right? Still look light on his feet again against a limited guy. Maybe a little slower, right? Maybe wasn't like as light on his feet as we're used to seeing, but it has been almost a year and a half.
Right.
I still think maybe Usyk's the only guy that beats him, in the division. I don't know if there's, I don't know. I know Wardley's looking really good now. I don't know if Wardley gets a shot at Tyson. I don't know. I think the fight is the Joshua fight, but as far as how Tyson looked, I thought he looked excellent.
Yeah, he looked good, but he had the right opponent in front of him. It's great matchmaking. You got a guy who comes forward who's a lot slower, slow feet, and also he like suffocated himself, pressuring them. He would like clinch him right when they would get close. And Tyson Fury was able to use his jab, angles, and tie him up and turn him around, being the Fury of old. But as you said, what's next for him? It seems like the Joshua fight is the match to make. It's been the match to make for like a decade now. The fans want it like crazy. And as you can see throughout the show, if you paid attention, Turkey was trying to make it happy. He's like, we're going to have a big announcement. And then he was like, Eddie, come into the ring. Joshua, come to the ring. Kind of like pressuring them to make the
Mhm.
fight. But Joshua said, no, it's going to happen on my terms. So again, we're going to have to see how negotiations go, which every boxing fan absolutely hates. But yeah, it seems inevitable right now that the fight with Joshua should be next.
Right. What was your thoughts on that? On afterwards, and then Fury trying to get him in the ring, and just Joshua's take on it. Like I'll tell you, no fighter's afraid, right? I'm not saying any fighter's afraid or anything like that. And obviously Joshua's going through, some serious life stuff, right? Like with losing his friends, his close friends like that. So I just don't think it's a good time for him to take a fight of this magnitude, really. But I just didn't get the vibe that he cared too much. Like I don't. Maybe it is where he is because of where his life is right now. But I just got the vibe of like, like I just not super interested.
I kind of disagree because
Okay.
if he wasn't interested, he wouldn't be at the fight front row. And as you can see, he was filming and stuff. I don't know. Chris Eubank Jr. was sitting next to him, and he filmed him recording fights of parts of the fight. And he said, "Oh, you're doing your homework, aren't you? You're doing your homework, aren't you?" It's kind of funny, but I think there is interest. There's a lot of value in it. However, I think Joshua maybe wants to have one fight before getting into a fight with Fury. It's because it's such a huge fight. And Eddie Hearn has mentioned before that he does want the fight. But again, I didn't like the fact that the whole pressuring situation like kind of seemed unless it was done already. Like if the fight was done, if you're